hook it. If not, that dog is going to go bananas. All right, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Good afternoon. I'm enjoying my coffee. Hopefully, everybody's in. I'm going to try to. If it starts lagging, there's nothing I can do. Not at all. Just letting everybody know. There's nothing I can do if it starts lagging. So, she was calling me out for what? What did I miss? Luis, what did I miss? Last night I was not even on TikTok, to be honest with you. Last night we were on Clapper. Last night we were on Clapper. Aaron is trying to get in contact with me. Oh, okay. It's okay, Luis. So good afternoon or good morning, whichever, whatever it is. If you're like in California or something. Kiki said I was deported. Well, gee, people don't like us. So Kiki was talking about me. Carla was talking about me. Aaron is looking for me. What is going on? Are we the talk of the town again for some odd reason? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If Aaron is looking for me, tell him to come over here. Somebody tag Aaron. We're the talk of the town. I guess we're popular. Yeah, I guess we're popular. I don't even know. I need to hire security. I need to hire, and welcome in, everybody. I need to hire security. That's the one thing I do know. All right, I won't put an account into the box. He's mad because you called Gabby out. Well, why is he mad? Why doesn't Aaron come over here and have a discussion with me? Why doesn't Aaron come and have a discussion? What's the problem? Yeah, I need to get some type of security. He ain't man enough to come talk to me. I'm patiently waiting. Yeah, John, I seen Carol. I seen Carol Edwards. You were watching her and came to hop in. He don't have the cojones. Hey, Otto. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How's it going, Otto? I don't understand. You know, I got the dogs. That's enough. Well, I need to hire a security guard. We're the talk of the town for some odd reason. He isn't allowed to speak unless she gives him permission. What? I know. I got to do a meet and greet. I don't know with who, but you'll be security. Hey, I'll take any security. And good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Aaron only picks on women. Well, he could come over here and have a discussion. I mean, what's the problem with Aaron coming in? Hey, Otto.
All right, good. I got a question. I've been trying to figure it out myself, and I just can't. How do you turn off the subscriptions? Figured out myself, and I just can't. How do you turn off the subscriptions?
I don't know, Otto. We've never turned them off. I mean, we've never turned them on.
Okay, because I see my long time ago, man. There was something that came up on mine, and I clicked it. And, I don't have none, but I want to. I don't want them, but I'm just trying to figure. I was trying to figure out how to turn them off, and I can't figure it out.
To be honest with you, Otto, I maybe try to Google it or ask TikTok, see how to turn them off. But I've never, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know how to go about it because we've never turned subscribers on because then people are going to come after us. And you know what? I don't want nobody paying for awareness. You know, awareness should be free of cost.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, I'm just, YouTube it.
Yeah, you might want to YouTube it, Otto.
Yep. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, we've never had subscribers. KK says you have to contact TikTok support. Okay, thank you, KK. Yeah, I don't know, everybody. We don't charge for awareness. We don't charge. We don't do sub lives. We don't do sub live onlys. We don't have subscribers. We don't any of that. That's not how we conduct ourselves on this platform. If people are having sub lives only and bringing awareness, they better be. They're going to get called out. They are going to get called out. So, before we get into this, because you know what, I don't sugarcoat nothing, and I want to thank everybody that supports. I can't tell nobody how to run their platforms. Now, if somebody is bringing awareness on TikTok and they decide to have sub live only on TikTok, and they decide to have sub live onlys, that's on them, because somebody in the was all like, I was over on Clapper and we were over there doing house tours on. People got upset. Yeah, people. So if I don't keep up with the comments, I'm gonna get out what I need to get out, and then we're gonna keep it moving, because we're gonna do awareness today. Now, if somebody posts a video, they're doing sub lives only, it has nothing to do with me. Now, if the video was on our platform, then you could address me in whatever way you want. But I can't control what people from the awareness community put on their platforms. So all of a sudden, here we don't battle over here. We don't battle. We don't have subscribers. We don't have none of that. And the gifts are off. Now, I can't control what other people do with their platform. I have no control over that. That's on them. But what did they expect? Did they expect not to be called out? Welcoming everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning. I don't know if it's morning time or afternoon time for some people. And that's what I'm going to say about that. That has nothing to do with me. That whatever is going to happen, they're going to get called out. Yeah, but go see how much people earn in TikTok gifts. So that I guess when you check somebody's tick leap, is going real life. How is it going real life when I'm looking at people's tick leaps? I'm trying to figure it out. If it's lagging for you, go out and come back in. Yeah, it is public information, but I guess I'm going real life. I guess I'm going real life by checking tick leaps. And I guess it's still lagging. Let me get a count. Hold on. I'll put an account in the box. Give me 1 second. And hopefully it'll fix the lagging. Give me 1 second. And if it echoes, that means my other phone is too close. No. Oh, come on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put an account in the box. Give me 1 second, everybody. I got to... Okay. If it echoes, that means I'm getting one of my other accounts. On Chantal, oh, come on. I'm going to put one of the accounts in the box. If it echoes, that means I'm putting in an account. Give me 1 second. Oh, what happened? Oh. And now mute it. I'm trying. I had to get rid of it. That did not work out. Sorry, I had to throw that account out. That didn't go as planned. That's ridiculous. Sorry about it. My apologies. All right, let's keep it moving. What happened with Tick Leap? Somebody got upset because I looked at Tick Leap. Now, if you're gonna get upset that I look at Tick Leaps on scammers and beggars and stuff like that, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. And there's another problem. Because I'm able to find videos all over TikTok on scammers, beggars, and frauds and cons. Now they don't want me. So now it's a problem that I'm able to play other people's videos that are on TikTok. I guess I'm not allowed to use those either. I don't know where these rules are coming from. I tell people that I do have my own videos. I've been doing this for long enough that we have our own videos. Videos that I screen recorded. Videos that... Oh, God. This dog is on. Play with the squirrels, puppy. Okay. I've been doing this long enough. Yeah, Danny, that's what I was talking about. I've been doing this long enough that I have my own videos. Even still have the account. Because, people have been waiting to take that account down for a long time. Give me 1 second, everybody. If I'm not watching the comments, I am logging into the account with our videos. Give me 1 second, everybody, while I grab the account. Oh, look, we still have it. All right. So, this is where we have our videos. That way people don't seem to think that we don't have an account. That's where we have our videos. Give me 1 second, hummus. I don't want to lose my train of thought here. This is the account. Anthony, you must have not been here, but we could give you a one-way ticket out of here. Anthony Brewster, you get a VIP ticket straight out of this live stream. All right. Anybody else want to sit there and say, why don't you show your face? I gave them a one-way ticket out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so this is the account where we have videos. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Is Stopping the Scammers 2.1. This is the third account we made on TikTok when we started bringing awareness. This is where you'll find all of our videos. These videos I screen recorded myself. They were not taken from somebody. They were not anything. All right. These are videos that we put out. So that way everybody knows. These are videos I screen recorded. You see I put the captions in. You requested, Renee? Oh, for that account? Okay. Yeah, I have to take it off of private, everybody. So, do you know how many beggars and scammers and dry beggars we've covered in over a year? Welcome in, Morgan. Yeah, it's private right now, everybody. It's private. I got to take it off of private. Okay, if you requested, I'll take it off of private here shortly. So, we have covered, I don't know how many beggars, scammers, dry beggars on TikTok. And I'm just showing you. The amount of people that we have covered, the amount of videos is ridiculous. This is where we used to post all of our videos. And I could keep going and going and going and going. So, for the people that say that or are trying to assume that I don't screen record my own videos, I have plenty of videos to back up what we do. I have plenty of videos. I've even had to clear my phone. Yeah, we cover Ricky Sins. Yeah, we cover Ricky Sins. And welcome in, everybody. We're going to get to our awareness here shortly. Yeah, we have folders on top of folders. We have USB drives, hard drives. We have it all. And for the ones that think I'm lying, let me get out of there. And let me go to one of my USB drives. This is how far back we go. Our videos date back to January of 2024. And we have videos, screenshots. Yeah, we're going to be doing awareness on Gabby. Everybody, please be patient. I'm going to address what I need to address, and we're going to keep it moving. There's one folder. Here's another. These are all videos that I screen recorded myself. These are not videos that I took from anybody. These are videos that I screen recorded. I didn't take these from nobody. We have what we have because we've been doing this for a while. And hopefully, you see all this? These are folders on top of folders. We have USB drives on top of USB drives. We have it all. These are all screenshots. These are all screenshots. Look at that. That's how long we've been doing awareness. Now, yeah, and I want to thank everybody that supports us in bringing awareness. I call it for what it is. I'll never sugarcoat anything for anybody. And if people are mad because they're being called out, that's on them. It was mentioned this morning. So we don't have subscribers. We don't have none of that. So if you're awareness and you have subscribers and you're collecting, people in the awareness community are going to call you out, and there's a lot of people in the awareness community. So I'm just calling it for what it is. They got upset because I pulled up a tick leap. Then okay, block me. All they have to do is keep it pushing. We don't charge anybody for awareness. That's why we don't have subscribers. That's why we turn the gifts off. That's why we do what we do and how we. They can block me. They know there's a block button for a reason. And we'll continue to do awareness without charging anybody, without having sub lives only. We'll continue running the platform the way it's being run right now. We don't expect to get paid. We don't want to get paid, and we're not here to get paid. Now, if they want to be mad, oh well. If they want to have sub lives only, go for it. If they want to have their subscribers and their gifts and do whatever they want to do, go for it. We're not going to do it. I don't care if you recycle your coins. I don't care what you do. If you're awareness and you got subscribers, you're doing all this, doing all that, somebody in the awareness community is going to call you out. It's not always me. You see what I'm saying? This is the last time I'm going to address it, and I'm going to keep it moving. It should be free, Bluegill. It should be free. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for the OG, for people in awareness that do not make money off of bringing awareness. My hats go off to you, and I appreciate it. But I know that they'll have a comeback and say that they could do whatever they want, do what you want. I don't care. I just don't care. I call it for what it is. Now, from Mallerie. Yeah, freedom of speech, Cam. Freedom of speech. I will call it for what it is. I got a lot of messages from. I need to call out. I don't know, somebody alpha somebody. No, I'm not charging anything. Why am I going to charge for a? No, I'm pretty sure it's Alpha Beast. Yeah, awareness is free. It should there should be no charge. No, I know who Alpha. It should there should be no charge. No, I know who Alpha Gone Wild is. I know who Alpha Gone Wild is. Danny. I know who Alpha Gone Wild is. I got a message from Danny too, but let me stick to what Mallerie sent me. So Mallerie wants me to bring awareness to Alpha. Here, let me get in my messages. Hold on. She wants me to call out somebody, and I'll find out right now for everybody. Alpha says all women are trainable. Oh, did you, Deborah? Not awareness? What? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No, not. I don't think emo. I don't. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm gonna give you, which is fine. She messaged me. Yeah, Alpha Beast. Alpha Beast. I can show you. So this is what. Oh, well, that's not good. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, oh. I'm just gonna have to read it to you. I'll read it to you. I'll read you what Mallerie sent me. 9:45 p.m. She did write me a long message. She said, just a heads up, Alpha Beast was saying a black woman looked like they were on food stamps and I look like I'm on Section 8. Say homie was coming at me. Mallerie. So Mallerie says, starts off with Alpha Beast. Hey, Oil Trash, welcome in, brother man. Long time no see. So Mallerie starts off with the Alpha Beast. Does it have? So are you mad at the people that support us in bringing awareness? Is that what you were bashing SA? No, I never bashed any SA or DV victims. What? Come on, really, Mallerie? I'm gonna read the rest of the message. I know you're also listening to people about me, which is fine. Got you saying the other day you won't tell people how to run their platforms and stuff, but just gonna say this. All those people supplying you the info, I can prove they're supporting Mikey, making threats to unalive people, doxing people, and saying terrible things to women. Just thought you should know, Mare, I don't know who Mare is, Mare, has been stalking me for a year, and I have proof she supported someone offering $100 to the someone to say my essay was a lie on your platform the other night. It wasn't. I was a victim of SA by deception. Someone lied to me about who they were because they knew I wouldn't consent. Smashly enjoy my essay, but it is an actual legitimate essay that I wanted to unalive myself for over 5 years. Just wanted you to know that there's more to the story. I'm not speaking on the essay. That's not for me to speak on. And I'm gonna make that loud and clear. I haven't spoke on anybody's essay or anything like that. I haven't spoke on nobody's DV situation. Um, so I don't know where Mallerie, why she sent me that long message, but I haven't spoke on nobody's essay or DV. So Mallerie, I don't know what you're trying to allude at or trying to get at, but I didn't speak on nobody's essay or DV. I called her out because I called her out. Mallerie has always been reputable on TikTok, so maybe you can visit with her one on one. Grammy D, she came and got in a box the other day, maybe sometime last week, and called everybody a bunch of bees. You think it's okay for her to come and get in a box and call everybody a bunch of bees? And she didn't give no FUCKs? She didn't give no FUCKs and called everybody a bunch of bees. To top it off, she says she leaves her PayPal in her bio and the P.O. box to make people mad. Really? So to make people mad, Mallerie says that she has subscribers. She also collects TikTok gifts. She brings awareness to people. She makes people aware. This is awareness. Where do you get off saying it's bullying? If you want a box, get in a box. Nobody's bullying anybody. Don't stay in the comment section thinking that anybody's being bullied. Get in a box. Don't stay in the comments. Request a box. I'll respect you. And I'm talking to the person that we're not. Yeah, that's the account that I was telling to get in the box. Who is Megan or something like that? They look like a fake account. Well, they don't want a box. Yeah, they don't want a box. They don't want to talk about it. So, back to Mallerie to make people mad. That's fine. Hamez, let me see. And let's keep it respectful when we come in the boxes, please.
Homie,
Hello? Hi.
can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes, my question is Mallory's attacking you now?
Well, you know what? She's full of shit. She does that on every live, like she's Miss Innocent and does nothing wrong. And I'm sorry she did that to you and Mrs. Holmes. And you know what? This tier or that tip league thing, that's wrong. You should be able to go look and know stuff.
Oh, you're cutting out, Hamez.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I had it in a tripod thing. You should have every right to go and look at it. And who's ever throwing all these rules on you all of a sudden about your videos and stuff, that's a bunch of BS. If all these other scammers can do it and you're bringing awareness, truth, and facts, to hell with them.
Are upset, and I'm getting.
Well, you know what? They can get over it. Because 99% of these scammers are rug addicted users and they don't want to be called out on their BS. They want to sit there and scam and say it's for this, for that, for this. You can drop me.
I got you. Typically, I know when people need to be dropped. Let me see something. I just got an email regarding a certain account. Let me check the email right away. Now, like I said, Mallerie, whatever, she got upset because I called her out. Okay, yeah, what I say. Thank you, Nanner Puddin. I stand by what I say. Mallerie is loving the attention. It's not the right attention. Fernandes, whatever you got going on. Everybody's allowed. Everybody's allowed. Now, if I wanted to for everything to be a private live stream, I would just make the account private. You see what I'm saying? I allow anybody to come as long as they're respectful in the comments. The moment that they become disrespectful, I get them out of here. So that's why it's called the public platform. Public platform. So I call it for what it is. Now, yeah, that's why it's public. I leave it open to the public. And if people get upset about who's in the live stream, then block me. If it's lagging, there's nothing I can do about it, Ms. Deb. I've tried fixing, and we're being reported. Your favorite potato. I'm tired of seeing you spam the chat, your favorite potato. So your favorite potato could get out of here. There you go, favorite potato. Go be a couch potato. Yeah, I seen them spamming the chat with nonsense. We got awareness to hold. We don't got time for nonsense. Not today. Now, how do you feel about Clover Khan's home address being put on blast on TikTok? Doxing. I don't know why anybody would put his address out there anyways. He's going to have to move now. That's crazy. Why would you put somebody's address all over TikTok? That's crazy. I don't condone that behavior. I'm sorry. Unacceptable. Yeah, we don't tolerate that. We're not going to dox anybody. We don't dox people. That's wild. Why put somebody's address all over TikTok? Okay, voices, thank you. Sean doxed Scammy Claus? Gee, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm seeing Sean did that to Scam. Wow. Why do people do that? Hopefully she does something about it. Mike also threatened to dox Scammy Claus last week. I believe that, if I'm correct, I believe that that's been addressed I don't know how many times on TikTok. She's filing with the Popo today? Okay. Yeah, doxing people, that's crazy. I don't get it. Yeah, you could get a box. I don't mind it. You know, we're going to talk about what we need to talk about, and that's the way it's going to be. Oh, what? Oh, so I blocked the wrong account? I don't think you could unblock it. I think I have to. I'll unblock the account right now. What's going on, Mikey?
What up? I'm about to get tattooed right now, but I got a few. Dude in the
Okay.
chat's completely lying. I ain't never put nobody's address. They're complaining that somebody put somebody's address in my chat, and I got a tendency to not pay attention to chat, and the mods couldn't block it fast enough for whatever reason, glitch. I did post pictures, but they did it to me. This is the way I roll. If they don't like it, they don't have to follow me. You come after me, you're in my rules, my domain. I don't play this weird stuff that you guys play. I am about that life. I'm about that life. I treat everyone equally. You treat me with respect, I treat them with respect. But Scammy Claus was entertaining, sassy, that doxed me, full name, obituaries. So best believe I'm going to do the exact same thing to them. I just posted a picture. She's the one that said it was her house. She did it to herself. There was no address related to it. None. It was a picture. You can't dox a picture. You know why? I called the police on myself. They said I did a crime. And I told the police exactly what I would do to someone if they came to my house. They didn't like it. If I go to jail after saying it, that's what I do. I stand on business. You ain't gonna bring awareness to me at all if I literally called the police on myself and they walked out my crib. They sent the therapist to my house. They left the crib with nothing done. So who is on the internet gonna bring me awareness when the popos did nothing, the therapist did nothing? You think somebody on the internet's gonna bring something? I will give you an address. You can link up with me if you want to handle it that way. Police ain't doing nothing. Therapists ain't doing nothing. You about that life? Hit me up. Let's link up. That's all I got to say. I'm not doxing nobody. Posting a picture of somebody's house that did it to me is tit for tat. That's the way I roll. That's it. Tit for tat. Don't do it to me and I won't do it to you. It's the way I roll. I'm not like other people. That's all I got to say.
All right, Mikey. You know, there's a lot of people are going to disagree with your method of thinking. I allow anybody in the box.
Police didn't disagree with me. They said it's 100% legal.
No, but what I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with your method of thinking. You want to
But
see
it's
where?
okay for them to do it to me and post my
No,
obituaries and my
I'm not
name
saying that.
and
No,
give me messages holding long rifles. They're
that's
messaging me holding it. Like, meet me up. I don't care. You think I'm scared of you holding? I got one of those too. I got one of those too.
and here's the thing about it. I'm just telling you that people are going to disagree with your method of thinking. That's all I'm telling you, and that's how people have their own opinions, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But thank you for getting in the box, explaining what happened or what
I
the
don't. I
issue
don't
is.
stalk anybody. People in their comments are weird. I don't stalk anybody. I barely post videos anymore. I record whole streams, so there's no misconstruing context of what was said. Barely record or do anything anymore.
Thank you, Mike, for
Yep.
getting in the box. Really appreciate it. And I'm gonna keep it moving. I got to keep this shit moving. Now back to Mallory. She's upset with me. Before I forget, somebody said that Clover Khan was doxxed all over TikTok. I don't know nothing about it. They're doxing in the comments. If any addresses, everybody knows. Yeah, my apologies. Now, I said what I said about Mallory, and I'm going to stand on what I said. I'm not going to go back and say, I apologize. Not at all. Why am I going to apologize to Mallory for being awareness, then not being awareness, and all of a sudden she's a T page? So you go from being awareness to being a T page. All right, here we go.
Aware of that?
But could I ask you something, Mallory? You
Absolutely.
you say you're a T page, but
Yep.
could we agree to something?
What's that?
When when you are making people aware, and I believe we talked about this last time, but it got pretty ugly real quick when you were in a box. Claim when you make people aware of what's going on TikTok, whether it's the beggars, the scammers, the dry beggars, stuff of that nature, that's considered awareness, right? Because
I
you're
don't
making.
really consider it awareness. I just want people. I'm the kind of person who actually, if people come in and they support that person and they want to start drama, they'll get blocked. But I remember last September, Petty came at me for something, and I said, Petty, I'm not awareness anymore. I
Community doesn't want you. What caused the awareness community not to want you to be in the community?
So originally the first instance was with Virgo when she told me I wasn't allowed to do something because it was not in her guidelines. And from there it just kind of spiraled. I've had Cartel screaming for the last year she's gonna fuck my man, daddy. I did fuck up at one point and I had a misidentification with Billy Joe. I have gone after Pastor Petty, so a lot of people don't like that. Let's see what else. According to Virgo and Smashly and all of them. Let's see what else is there. There's a lot. There's a lot of history here that I don't think you've been made aware of.
Well, you got to remember, Mallory.
My ADHD and more.
So you said that you became a T page back in August of last year.
I even said to Petty.
You said that you became a T page back in August of last year.
I even said to Petty at one point, and they all heard me say it on his page. I don't call myself awareness.
But here's the.
What's the problem with me like watching her and discussing things?
No, but what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to get across is you're still making people aware of what. No, but what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to get across is you're still making people aware of what Cece's doing, or if it's any other beggar or scammer. I know you call yourself a T
What's
page
wrong with that?
because so
Am I getting paid?
you have your you collect TikTok gifts, right?
Yeah.
You
So
have
do other people.
you and I've been calling out people.
Okay,
I've
that's
been
fine.
calling
You can
people
call
out,
me out for it all you want. I really don't care.
but you have subscribed.
Yeah, but I really don't get anything on it. I maybe
Well,
gotten like $200, and that's all been donated.
and you have a PO box, right?
Yep. I
Okay.
pay more money in that than I ever get anything in. Too. Did you know that? Okay.
Well, you're basically
That's
you
my
get
choice
TikTok
to
gifts and
have
all
those
that.
things, though, isn't it?
What was that?
That's my choice to have that, though, isn't it?
That's your choice. I can't tell you how to run your
Choice to not
platform. I'm
agree with
just
it, but why?
that's right. That's right. But you're asking me a question, and
And
I'm trying to
I'm
answer.
answering your questions too.
Yes, yes. So, you know, whatever you do on your platform, just expect. I'm not the only person.
Okay. So for me, like this isn't a space I'm wanted at, anyways. So I mean, I've got proof. Florida man's been sharing social security numbers in his Discord. We gonna talk about that?
I have no knowledge.
But just so we're clear, essay by deception is a real thing. Just so we're clear.
Like I said, I'm not
All
going
of
to talk
you in
about.
the, I just think you should have to take a stance on if you believe it or not.
But like I said, Mallory, you're basically you're upset with the people in the comments
I'm not upset.
uh, by what they're telling you, and you make it seem like I'm calling you. I'm talking about your essay or anybody's DB or
I
anything like
am
that.
saying it's your.
And I said it was a photo on purpose. It was a video.
It was a photo,
Anyways,
actually.
the
I can
social
prove it was
security
a
number thing is
photo.
just
You don't
me.
have a video, Florida
Hold
man.
on. Hold on.
Hold on, because you don't have a video because it was a photo. I said a photo like a week ago with that story that you stole, trying to make it sound like you had something.
Or whatever you say.
What time is the phone dump today? I'm looking forward to
Anyways,
that, by the
what
way.
about the social security number? Is it in the Discord you said you wasn't in?
I have where you shared medical documents and it had someone's social security number on it.
When did I do that?
I don't know when you did it, but I got the proof of it.
Are you sure it's not mine?
I'm sure people in your Discord are sharing things with me, sharing what they've got out of your Discord. You should be worried.
Only 6. I'm slacking.
Are you going to talk about how you've probably gotten Pastor Petty's social security number from Bougie too?
I'm sorry. She green screened that one.
The hesitation is all I needed. Thank you.
Green screened that on your account.
I've already gotten at least one document where you shared.
Oh my God! You talk over everybody. If you let people answer, Mallerie, stop.
Okay. Well, the problem is that you've been doing a lot of talking lately, and you don't like women.
Everybody got it
You
when you
don't
let her
like
use
it when you
out
get
and she
called
green
out.
screened it. Santa Claus is
But I
live.
would like to thank.
Hold on, Mallory. You got to let him talk. If you're going to ask him questions, please let him talk.
I just want to know why he's sharing people's social security numbers.
Well, he's going to answer you. Go ahead, Florida man.
I'm not. I would like to see proof of that.
I have the proof of it. I'll show it. Don't worry. I'm going to send it to homie for sure.
That works.
Yep.
You can ask 50 questions in a row, but remember, you're the one who let Bougie use your account to green screen his social.
And I didn't know she was going to do it, but it's okay. I don't care
thing.
his wife's thing.
His wife's army base. You didn't tell Megan to find somebody to do that?
No, I did not tell Megan to find anybody to do that. I'd love to see that proof.
Okay. That's all I got for right now. I appreciate it.
So you've got messages between me and Megan? That's what I thought.
All right.
Okay, well, to everybody, I look forward to Florida man not showing anything because he's trying to bait for phone dumps.
And here's the thing, Mallory.
Letting me up, homie. I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can keep talking about. Thank you. By the way, I would have a serious conversation with your chat because I did have at least 3 people based on this catfish situation where they're demeaning people that came and actually questioned if they should be apologizing. A conversation because not only is the essay a thing, but Mikey is also outing people's DVs, not the one. And last night had someone on live screaming that their husband beat the shit out of them because he was basically trying to out that. So I'm going to go, but remember what you all support at the end of the day. Bye.
Have a good day, Mallory. I leave my comments on for I allow the comments to stay on. It's just, I don't know. I guess but I asked relevant questions, and I think I asked the appropriate questions. Awareness is awareness. No matter what, no matter how anybody sees it. If you call yourself a T-Pain, I'm not here to bully anybody. Who did I bully? Since when did I bully anybody? You see what I'm saying? I haven't bullied anybody. Awareness, we come with truth and facts. I ask some simple questions, and that's why. Here's the thing about it. Even when the scammers and beggars get in a box, I respect them. I allow them to speak their piece. I've always done. That's all. Look, we've had Chef Carl over here. I lost count. Miss Homie, just and I'm gonna keep it moving because we got other things we got to address. You know, I said what I said. Mallerie, she said she's not bothered by what is going on. Then okay, you know, she's gonna continue doing what she collects gifts and subscribers. Okay, that's fine and dandy. You heard it for yourself. I didn't. I asked the questions, and yeah, there's a lot going on, everybody. There is a lot going on. Now I'm going to continue moving forward because I said what I said, and I'm gonna stand by what I said. I called her out. Okay, now let's keep it moving forward. I'm moving on to. Let me get into my folder. Let me get into my folders, everybody, because this individual, it's one thing. See, I told this individual, quit talking about me. I told them multiple times. I quit talking about them. They continue to talk. You leave me alone. I'm going to keep it pushing. So, since they don't know how to just keep it moving, all right. Here we go. So, I told Ding Ding, leave me alone. But he continues to talk about me. Okay, you wanna mention my name? I'm gonna mention what you're doing. This screenshot is from this morning. What do you see wrong in that picture? What do you see wrong in this picture? Tell me. Anybody want to elaborate what you see wrong in this picture? There you go, Petty's parole officer. You got it. Petty's parole officer got it. There you go. Everybody's getting it.
That,
I'm
just listen.
Give me 1 second.
You want to email in your email? Florida Man sent you of the screenshot that he's talking to Mallerie still. Okay. I mean, not Mallerie, Megan, about Mallerie.
Okay, well, I'm losing my train of thought here. So, he is not located in Sweden. He is not located in Sweden. You see what I'm saying? This guy's located in the United States. I don't look. People say VPN. I told him I wouldn't talk about him, but he continues to bring my name up. I told him I'm not going to talk about you. And I said it. I was not going to address him anymore, but he continues to bring my name up. You could change where you're located. We talked about this with several other people. Oh, I didn't know that they were using your photo Alpha Gone Wild 1. I didn't know that. So, I wanted to put this out there again. Yeah, Hepa is good at that. Hepa is good at that. She does that as well. Who made the rules can't get gifts? I don't make rules, Roll Tide. I'm not talking about the gifts right now, Roll Tide. And you can request a box. I keep it respectful with everybody. Petty owns Scotty. I'm gonna keep it moving, but he doesn't stop talking about me, so I left it alone. I kept it moving. I didn't talk about him. I left it alone. I kept it moving. We gifted him, not a scammer. Do you not see the other problem? Yeah, kindness is free. That's what I'm talking. We've discussed that as well. Look, if I'm not looking at the currency right now. I'm looking at his location. I'm looking at his location. People are going to say it's a VPN. Okay, that's fine. I'm looking at the location right now. The truth is also free. It is. The truth is always free. I came with receipts. I'm not here making this up. Do you want me to look it up? You want me to look it up in real time? Do you want me to look it up in real time? Let's do this in real time. That way people don't think I'm making it up. Let's see. Let's do this in real time. I didn't make this up. Why am I going to make something up? I'm not paying attention to the comments. I'm looking for something. Let's do this in real time. I'm sorry if there's noise in the background. That's all right. Okay, let's look this up in real time. Oh, look, he changed it. Look, he changed it. I thought that it was a VPN. He changed it. You had a mod getting gifts until you called ding ding out. What's the difference? The mod. What mod we've had? What mod? May. Well, look, he changed it. It's back to the United States. It's back to here. Let's look. Let's look. We're gonna look at this in real time, everybody. Let's look at this in real time. That way we can verify that the screenshot that I got was from today. So the beginning amount up here is 10, 13, 22, 67 cents, and $28. All right, let me go to my folder. Hold on. Let me go to my folder. Let's look at the dollar amounts. So this one. Remember the dollar amounts. It's all the same. I'm not saying that rich. I'm not talking about rich. Petty owns Scotty, I'm telling you, I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about location. I'm talking about the location, right? If you look there, what does location have to do with it? Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Wow. Oh, there's somebody in the box that requested. Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Scotty?
Hey, listen, in his defense, I don't know if you've seen the TikTok shop, but Sweden does make some delightfully delicious gummies. He could have gone there just to get those gummies for a day.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't understand how people do not see the problem in this.
No, I know. I'm just trying to make light of an uncomfortable situation. That's it.
Oh, no, and I get it. People don't like the fact that look, I quit talking about him, and I kept it moving, but he continues to talk about me, so I went to his tick leap this morning, and I pulled this up.
Yep. And you know what? I was doing anything, on the down low that you would call me out. I mean, I'm going to say it. Nobody likes to be doing that, but I think we all need to hold ourselves to a high standard. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you there, Scammy?
Yeah, I'm going to be cutting out though, but I just wanted to come up and make a little joke, and that's about it. But keep doing what you do.
Scammy, just to let you know that you're being called out in the comments.
Oh, goody, for what?
They said you make money also.
I do, and you know where it goes?
No, could you enlighten us, please?
Yep, I donate every single penny plus my own money to various charitable organizations.
I just
Absolutely, 100. Yeah, no, 100% of it plus my own money. It all goes to charitable organizations. Absolutely.
And you post your receipt.
And yeah, I do. I do. Unfortunately, my main account got taken down, but absolutely, I post everything. In fact, I have one on there that I just did over the weekend. You guys could check it out. Absolutely, I have receipts. And I got my taxes done, and I even claimed all that money. And I had to pay taxes on it.
Thank you, Scammy. You have a good day.
Take care.
It's always, it's interesting. But this is what I'm talking about. And look, the reason I brought it up is people in the comments were calling Scammy out. Now, regarding Ding Ding, quit talking about me, and I'll quit talking about you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Ding Ding, don't talk about me. I'm not going to talk about you, and I'm going to keep it like that. I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone. I haven't put it out yet, but I can. If you want me to put out everything else that I have on you, Ding Ding, let me know. And leave KK alone. Ding Ding, leave KK alone. Because let me grab that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me play what Ding Ding said real quick. See, the one thing is, well, I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta. Hold on. Anybody to leave them alone, but yet again. I'm going to address something. So that's what Ding Ding said. Petty on Scotty, give me 1 second. I'm going to address some things. Now, Petty on Scotty, calm down. Everybody, please calm down. I'm addressing things one thing at a time. Ding Ding saying I hope you get what you deserve. Goes to say a lot about him. Leave KK alone. Leave KK alone, Ding Ding. And don't be talking about me. You talk about me, I'm going to talk. Mark my words, Ding Ding. I will release everything else that I have on you. I'm a man of my word. So I'm going to leave it at that. Now, I had a long discussion with Scotty. He'll drop it, get it over with. That's what I'm, Roll Tide, I already said. He doesn't talk.
your dates.
If he doesn't talk about me, I'm not going to talk about him. I just said that. And there's things that we talked about and things that were discussed. Are we in that we talked about and things that were discussed? Are we in kindergarten? I don't know. What was done to Ding Ding was wrong. What was done to Ding Ding, May May? I keep it respectful with everybody. I like it. See, when I see people in the comments, why not get in a box? Why not get in a box? You know, I keep it respectful with everybody. Oh, I talked to Scotty. 2 people requested. Give me 1 second. Look, I had a very long discussion with Scotty already. And if it's by accident, I'll drop you back down. Hello?
Hey, homie.
Yeah.
Have I ever done or said anything to offend you or Miss Homie?
Who is this?
Okay, that they was just some people told me that that was talk going around, so I wanted to come and ask you.
No, Lonnie, you've never disrespected.
I done, and I wanted to fix it, because I've got nothing but love and respect for you and her both.
Oh no, Lonnie, you haven't done anything. So I don't know why that was mentioned, or they're trying to stir the pot, but you've never been disrespectful.
Hey, you keep doing your awareness, bub. You're doing great. You know, the truth's going to come out on everybody. Everybody that's on here that's not being real and lying and shit, it's all going to come out. So, just keep doing your good work. Much love and respect.
Thank you. You're welcome, Lonnie. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah, Lonnie's never done anything or been disrespectful. Let me see. Somebody else has requested a box. We're going to get down to the bottom of everything, and we're going to do it now. And if I break, no, hello, was it an accident? It looks like that one was an accident. Okay, I'll drop him out of a box. No, I never said what Scotty did to KK is right. If you like to say you want a box, you could get a box. If you don't like this platform, why are you here? Violet Hottie, if you don't like this platform, what are you doing here? Why are you even here if you don't like what's going on? It doesn't make sense. Watching the circus? Well, come back. Hold on. You can watch the circus, but do it on a fake account now. Goodbye. I already got rid of him. I got rid of him. You're here to watch the circus?
Hey, so I wanted to let you know I'll be live on this account. I followed you from it because the 2.0 went down Saturday.
Oh, wow.
After the Gabby's charades. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's no problem. I just want to let you know if you don't see me live, I'll be live on this account.
Okay, I'll make sure I grab that account up.
Yeah, I'm going to come back on my main so I can mod in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Truth.
And I also wanted to say, y'all in here blocking those, just so y'all know.
Thank you, Truth. Greatly appreciated.
You're welcome. Y'all shouldn't be on here doxing anybody. That's crazy.
Very true. Very true.
All right, I'll come back on my main.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Judy.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm new at this box thing, so I apologize for not responding earlier. I just want to say I love your platform.
Thank you.
I love your professionalism, your demeanor, your straight facts, and I love Mrs. Homie, her beautiful heart, soul, and body. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy. You have a blessed day.
All right, you too. All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. This is greatly appreciated. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to keep it moving because that's just the way we're going to do it. Now, regarding Gabby. Craziness since the last live stream. And if you don't know, yeah, we're bringing awareness. That's it. We're not bullying nobody. We're not harassing anybody. We're not doing any of that. Now, give me 1 second. I know I got her picture somewhere right here. It's nearby. Okay, there we go. And if we get shut down, we get shut down. No, me, look, you know what? I'm gonna keep moving forward. I already told everybody. I talked to Scotty already. And the situation is handled. Better believe it. It is handled. Now, regarding Gabby.
But wait, before you say that, the stuff with Ding Ding could have been handled if he wanted to talk to you. He didn't.
Yeah, what Miss Homie said. Everything with Ding Ding could have been, but Ding Ding decided to call me a punk, that I was wrong for calling him out. That's what Ding Ding did. No, Petty on Scotty, I know you have something against Scotty. I know you do. Because that account name I've seen around for a long time. People don't like people all over social media. Now, I'm going to keep it moving. Yeah, I know. I know. Why not play what he said, then you play others? Play what? Roll Tide? What do you want me to play? Homie scared of Scotty. No. Okay, get rid of May May. Get rid of, yeah, you can come back. Come back on whatever account you want, and we'll block all of them. Simple as that. Yeah, there goes May May. Yeah, okay, let me continue. Not to worry, we'll get rid of all those accounts. I'm not worried about it. Folder. Gabby, I have 3 folders. You better believe, Gabby, I have 3 folders on you now. I went from having 1 folder, now I have 3. Let me get to Gabby's folders. And give me 1 second. Oh, this. You know what I find funny? The ones that bought the accounts that Scotty stole blue, Scotty owns Petty, they're the ones behind botting accounts. You know how I know? Because as soon as they get kicked out, they bought the accounts. I love it all, though. I love it. I love it. I'm not bothered by it. That's how I laugh at that situation. But let's continue. I'm not bothered by the bots. You just push us out to the FYP. You see what I'm saying? These people don't know how it works. Oh, they don't know how this works. I love it. I love it. All right, let me continue with everything that was said. So, in one of the emails, let me grab this, and I'll tell you. One of the emails that I received, it said, Gabby was hiding from CPS workers when they came out to her house, refusing to open the door. She was scared because CPS requested her to have Cameron checked out at one of their doctors, and she failed the rug test. This is a conversation between Gabby and her friend. She was freaking out. Okay, now let me play that. Let me play it. Hold on. You should ask about me. I ain't play. Let's see. Oh, was that it? Hold on. I can't even hear it. Well, they sent me an audio, but oh, no. Hold on. It's actually messages that were sent over. Let me see. So messages have been released between Gabby and one of her friends. I have them in front of me, and I'm not going to mention who sent them to me. It says, I do know that I made a report with the caseworker, so maybe it's a new one that's taken on this case. I don't know. And then the next message goes, but she should have most definitely left a card and a voicemail if it was a new worker taking over the case. And they said, yeah, that's why this is some petty effing crazy SHIT, dude. And I do not like it. Oh, they wrote over the next message. Here, let me see. Move on to more part of these messages. Gabby says, I'm going to throw up. They said, why? Gabby says, DCFS doctor called me again. I just do not know what to do. I feel like I am going to throw up. They told, is core at 1 or 2? Hold on, let me see. I got to keep going through these messages. See, Gabby, somebody sent your messages. And then I have part of the messages blocked out. And then they asked her, what's that? And then she said, client relations. And then are you wanting me to call? Or are you just saving the number? I called in a complaint, not good for her. Good, what did they say? These messages are all over the place, although. Oh. Another message reads, that was sent to Gabby. It says, hey, Gabby, it's Katie with DCF. Sorry to call so late. Do you have a few minutes? At 8:01 p.m. at night? I didn't know that DCF will call you. I didn't know.
This been Canada or something.
No, these are legit. These are legit. Mike, these are legit messages. And if you requested a box, let me know. Yeah, I don't know. These are legitimate messages that have been sent to me. Let me see another part of the emails that have been. It says, I know you talked about the little guy's black eye last night. People are seeing, I think it's this video. Let me take a look at the video. Hold on. What did that say? She has a mole doing the work for us and she won't know who it is. That's what I'm saying. 1 second. I'm not an expert in this, DCF coming out and all this craziness. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Helmy. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Mama Clark. Yes, we can hear you. Mama Clark. Hello. Okay. You're going to have to request again. Let her know to request. Mama Clark, we couldn't hear you. Let me see. And we're getting people in the box. Hello?
Hey, Mexican homie. How are you, my friend?
Hi, how's it going, Miss Chrissy?
Very.
Okay, yeah. I forgot to mention it because they are having what they call a blackout, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so watch from the Fearless 15 accounts. I know there's some other people streaming, Gabby. I know one of the accounts is Amanda, but I didn't get that.
One. And that way we can work this blackout together.
Thank you, Miss Chrissy. Thank you for mentioning that.
My best to you and your wife always, okay?
Thank you, Miss Chrissy. You have a blessed day.
You too, sweetheart.
Thank you. They said Mouse Potato on YouTube. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people streaming Gabby. Now, let me take a look at this video right away that was sent. Let's take a look. I guess it's towards the end of the video. Let's see. Oh, they're talking about... Let me look at the email. They didn't do it. And that's why they sent me that recording. I got three folders. I got three folders. Karen set her up. I believe so. I believe Karen did set her up. Because Karen is the one that had the phone. Here, I'll show you the video. I'll show you the video. Let me let my dog out, everybody. Give me 1 second. What? So this is what was sent to me. Oh, there you are, Karen. Hold on. There's Karen right there. Look, that's Karen. Karen is right there. That's her face. So there's Karen. Let me run it back. Hold on. Yes. She never muted. She never muted. Karen never muted. You know what? Just think about it. Put two and two together. Karen is setting her up. Just think about it. Here, let me grab some other videos along with emails that are attached. Let me see. Because I screenshotted the email messages. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I don't know what this video is. Oh, that's great. Now the door's locked. Why is the door locked? Well, that's Erin saying that the door was locked. I have three folders for Gabby. I have three folders for Gabby. Let me. I'm gonna get into the other folder. Please be patient while I grab what I need to grab. You know what? I can't even show. Who on TikTok? Has anybody posted, or is it on Reddit? So, open. Is that video on TikTok? I'm just trying to verify. Because somebody sent me the picture. I have it right here in front of me. I'm asking a question. I have it right here in front of me. What do you mean? How do you find her on Reddit? I didn't go to Reddit. I didn't go to Reddit to grab anything. Things are being sent my way. It was on both. Okay. Well, I'm not going to show the little guys. I'm not going to show the little guy. Yeah, I'm not going to show the little guy. I'm not going to do that. But I got a lot. I got three folders on Gabby. Let me see. Sit down. Hold on. So this was shared to me. Oh, Waffle's lawyer has this on their account, but it was sent to me through email. It says, please keep this between me and you. Bees faces. That's on Waffle's lawyer. That's when Gabby admitted to not being pregnant. She keeps him home from school every time he's injured, never goes to the doctor ever. Yeah, this came from Waffle's lawyer, but it was sent to my email. And I'll read it again. It says, whoever Gabby was messaging, look, Gabby's own circle, the people within her circle are diming her out. They are snitching on her. Gabby has people within her own circle working against her. I'm going to call it for what it is. Let's not sugarcoat it. Gabby's own people are turning her in. How do you think people are getting all this information? Yeah, Gabby's own people are going to be her downfall, besides what Gabby does. Her own people are bringing her down. She can't afford pull-ups, but is getting a tattoo? Exactly. She can't afford pull-ups, but is going to crumble cookies? That's what's going on. Because she don't know when to shut her mouth. She lives on TikTok. Yeah, she doesn't care about anyone but herself. She's getting a tattoo today, but she can't afford pull-ups. Begging for money for pull-ups. That's crazy. Karen has backtracked on everything. Wow. Yeah, she lives on TikTok. She does. She was calling for quotes. Okay. Once again, I'll read this message that Waffle's lawyer has on their account. That's where the video came from. It was sent to me. Please keep this between me and you, but I need to let you know that I'm not pregnant. He lied to everybody, talking about miscarriages and everything. She's leaving next week to go to the Great Wolf Lodge, but she don't have money for pull-ups? Yep, Karen has, but she's going to Great. Yeah, but she needs money for Social Security, but why not? How could you not afford pull-ups? Yeah, she's up all day and night. She's using her son money for her tattoo. It still doesn't take away from the fact that she can't afford pull-ups. IEP meeting rescheduled for Wednesday, and that's when she is going on vacation. But falsifying documentation, what Gabby doesn't know is what Gabby was showing yesterday, she falsified. About the little guy being diagnosed. That was falsified documentation. Gabby knows it. And how is it falsified? Very easily. Just take a look at the what she shows. Take a look. Take a look at what she shows. Everything is falsified. Yeah, and then she shows some other documents here from the Malinois Foundation. I got that here. Give me 1 second. The amount of folders was also falsified. That was also falsified. There was some other child's name on that documentation. And Gabby knows it. Gabby knows that it was all falsified. It's beyond ridiculous that I have this amount of folders on Gabby. I have 3 of them. Give me 1 second while I grab all this. Please be patient. I'm grabbing all this information on Gabby. I have too much. Too much. Let me take a look. Because I have everything right here. Hey, it is what it is. As guilty as she is. Because villain is coming. Okay. He's just as guilty. He allows Gabby to do whatever Gabby wants to do. Okay, if you're here from villains, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, he's just as guilty. Okay, villain's on her way. As soon as villain gets here, she can request a box. But all these, welcome in. As soon as villain gets here, she can request a box. Let me see. Somebody just requested a box. Hello?
Hello, sorry, I pop up all the time. I know you're talking about the Malinois Foundation and I think still during her meltdown after you called her out. She Feisty's couch actually had text messages, not sure where she got them, but with the foundation who is no longer willing to work with her because of the falsified documents and the lies.
I got those text messages myself.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you had. Oh, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure you had those to go with it.
No, in front of me.
Perfect. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
No, you're okay, Jenna. I'm glad that you brought it to my attention. It is. I call it the Malinois Foundation. What do you call it?
It's Malinois, but yeah, Feisty's also in the chat. Hi, Mr. Homie. Feisty's also in the chat. She did. Yes, I don't know, he did not contact them.
I got a bunch of things sent to my email. I don't know who contacted who. I'm just telling people they were sent to me. Yes. I'm not at liberty to discuss who sent them to me.
Let me see it for a second. Right. I just want to make sure that people know it was not Feisty.
Okay. Villain, so with all these fake documents that are going
I don't know why she continues to do this, because she keeps getting caught doing it. And a lot of times the documents that she is falsifying, that's criminal. So
like Gabby admitting to not being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to elaborate on these every time she talks about the miscarriages, or are you not comfortable elaborating?
Okay, so here's the thing. I haven't been I started kind of paying attention, but like watching from a distance. When that happened and she filed through multiple courts trying to find out on these things that she in her mind find out was doing, after I still said nothing. Like I kind of like it made me so mad, because there were people in my comment section, you know, there are women that can't have kids. They struggle with it. Just we went with it. But everything that she tried to put out regarding that miscarriage, first she said it was a chemical miscarriage. Well, that's weird, because a chemical miscarriage would have been diagnosed with elevated HCG levels, which she said were not tested in the ER. So every time she continues to talk about these things, she winds up talking.
That's why I like to get other people's opinions on you know, this entire situation with that. I seen her showing yesterday the diagnosed with autism and like almost similar to the IEP, right?
Yep. She showed what she showed to me looked like a referral, meaning and the codes that were listed.
Watching through there. Because they were watching Gabby, and a lot of people were saying some of those codes were outdated. Correct.
So I believe I mean, Feisty, if you're still here and you want to help me, they should have been IC10 codes because IC9 or the DSM-5 were not there. Thank you. Thank you, it's Littlefoot. I'm not familiar with medical billing and coding. It's not my area of expertise, but I did see that. It was old codes that they wouldn't have used in this situation.
In the comment section when I was watching the Fearless 15 account yesterday, and I was all like, well, I don't know much about the codes, but if there's somebody that has knowledge in that or works in that type of deal, then be more than free to request a box.
Absolutely. It's not necessarily my... Oh, okay, Melina, thank you. Wait, somebody's in the comments. Amakoda, it should have been ICD-10 coding. That's the guidelines.
Okay, they say ICD-9 stopped being used October 1st, 2015. Okay. I don't know why she redacted the entire form.
Things that didn't fit her narrative. I also want to be clear that that doesn't prove a diagnosis, right? I don't have much experience with autism diagnosis, but from what I understand, that process is extensive. And when there is a diagnosis given, it's almost breaking everything down. I just don't know the term, but I do think that it's N disorder was spelled wrong. There was spelling errors on it. But from what I understand, it is much more in depth than just that paperwork that she showed.
Hi. Homie, you're making me a box person now. I do have I do have somebody, a son with autism. Our psychological report breaks it down into multiple things. Um, and it is true that the coding changed. He's 21 now. It changed when he was in third grade because we had to be retested. He was originally diagnosed Asperger's, which went away when the DSM-5 came out, if that makes sense. So it's an ADOS testing. I actually drove him every Friday for a month to get through our testing because they can only do so much. But it is it is cognitively impaired. We did psychological testing, including ASD testing with him. And the summary report was 7 pages long from his psychological testing, which took place 2.5 years ago.
Right, that's what I thought. I thought that it was extensive because the process alone is pretty extensive, right? It's not just one neuropsych visit that they do it, and then they want to make sure in a situation like this, there's always going to be an education aspect of it for the parents or the caregivers so that they understand what
Not really
happening.
I'll pause you there. Not really. I got the report, and I'm sure that they would go further if you wanted to. I have a lot more experience than somebody where we could get information. I dove into information because I went into mom mode of what can I do to help my child?
Right. Of
Right.
course.
Now, generally, when you get an ASD diagnosis, it is a multi-team to ABA, and it was a hard, immediate no from us. I know other autistic families that have had great success with ABA therapy. It is not for us. So that your social worker or psychologist, whatever type of professional you want to use, you can use a limited licensed psychologist, a social worker, professional counselor. There is usually some kind of support given through the behavioral defender in that because we opted out of ABA as well. That's a very personal choice. And it was not one that it was not the road that we were going to go down. Now, as far as schooling and IEPs, I did not provide medical records, is that. So I did not provide that information. And when I got into a scrap and match with the schools when my oldest son was in third grade, They said they didn't care because they tried to make him emotionally impaired as opposed to having autism. And when I brought up the doctors and the diagnoses and all of this and that, they stated it didn't matter what the provider diagnosed the child with. What matters is the supports within the school. Because as he gets older, they have self-contained classrooms. They have autism classroom, a cognitively impaired classroom, an emotionally impaired classroom. So I
If you're
advocate
not
for
gonna
every child in this country
100%.
right now.
If you're not going to be, and I'm sure just by listening to you that I can tell that you've put the work in, is like the way that I see her, the way that she, in my opinion, acts is she keeps, like, she limits him, right?
Absolutely.
And I
And the
think
other
that's
thing is
terrible.
with the IEP, I'm really wondering if this is a second IEP meeting or if you start adding up the days he's been sent home. I have a second manifestation of disability hearing, which happens once a child hits 10 days of suspension. And that's a whole different can of worms. And if you don't have a strong IEP, when you hit an MDR, you're going to be in trouble because that was the suspensions, the 10 days or whatever.
Yes.
Mhm. 100% it would be. She's not reinforcing anything he's learning in school. I get it. Mhm. Mhm. And it's also that he isn't watching anything that is age appropriate and or sad.
And, and
No.
and one of the things that I did was
Foster care is like, for example, it's utilized to give parents a
Mhm.
break because, for example, with my 10-year-old, there's no babysitter that can come in and watch him, right? So you have trained workers that can come. For example, in my state, a family, regardless of family size, can't make more than $60,000. If you make more than that, you don't qualify for respite. So I'm not sure why she needs respite. I mean, I
He
work a full
doesn't.
bit
Mhm.
care. Um, but the service dog was the same thing. We have a service dog for my ASC son. We got him when he was in the sixth grade. And that was the other triggering part of yesterday was with the service dogs. I did post on my platform in order to get our service dog, including mitigation of disability. So they have to be trained in tasks, and I'm not really sure the dog that she wants to utilize can be trained in a task to help her little guy. So anyway, he doesn't.
It's crazy that she would even say something like that. Um, it's sad. She said this in my live when he hit her yesterday. If that were my kid, I'd have picked his ass up, brought him into his room and taken everything out of it. There needs to be, and I don't mean, physical abuse or spankings, but there needs to be some type of repercussions. Otherwise, all she does is reinforce that behavior when she gives him back the play with the Play-Doh, but then he hits her again and she just hands him back the
needs to be
Play-Doh.
modeling. Now, my son at that age tried hitting. You have to try role playing with him, with her child. And all of you moms probably have done this with your children. You have to role play like we don't hit. Our hands are for loving. Our hands are for whatever. But they're good. They're used to be kind to others. She'll scream, "Don't hit! Ow!" Whatever. First of all, you can't act like a baby in front of your child.
Nope.
You be a mother and just explain to him this. Get off TikTok for one thing. Get off social media and sit down and guide him, teach him, train him in a loving, motherly manner. That hitting is not something that's tolerated. We don't hit, and we're nice to people and role play it out. Like her and her husband could be role playing for him.
But they show bad examples.
Exactly. And train him. Like when you get frustrated, give him a toy to squeeze. Screaming at him. That's why he's constantly screaming back. But they need to be role playing and his speech could get a lot better. I
agree.
And
nothing good anyway.
Teach him to. He could be helping her cook. He could be helping her do some baking, cleaning, little things that he's learning a little responsibilities on. Make index cards, do phonics, take him to the park, take him places that he is learning life, learning. And it just seems like the focus, she wants it on her.
It's crazy.
And her child needs her focus, not social media.
I agree.
I appreciate you letting me up. I'm going to drop down and get back to work. I hope y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, but Gabby, for months and months on end, of course, we bring awareness to other people. I kept it moving, and now, it continues to get worse and worse with Gabby.
Yeah.
And like I said, Gabby is addicted to TikTok.
Yeah.
Gabby is more focused on being on TikTok than anything. Gabby's too worried about being on TikTok.
But isn't that sad?
It is.
Isn't that sad that here she is, a wife or a girlfriend, but a mother? The biggest gift in this world that any of us women could get is be a mom.
I do just really quickly want to say I have seen videos where she did laugh about.
Yeah, I was just going to tell it. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Homie.
No, go ahead. I always welcome everybody.
No, I was just saying you would think that she would find so much joy in being a mom. And it seems like she's getting more joy being on TikTok and yelling at everybody for disagreeing with. She's being bullied. I'm just saying, if she believes she's being bullied, shut it down.
This is her. This is her sticking up for. This is her words. What is right? Because nobody else will stick up for what is right. And so, if nobody else is going to do it, she's going to do it. And she cannot handle her son. Cookie, you said he bit another child, and she pretty much looked at the child and said that she's going to have to deal with it because that's what Cam does. And those are not the exact words, but that's pretty much her intentions of it.
So never mind teaching her son that these actions are wrong. So therefore her son's not going to have any friends because no one's ever going to want to play with him.
Correct.
Somebody in the chat just said, and I like she sees it as it's a loss if she does the right thing, but the only person losing here is in that household,
and she doesn't feel that way. There's something in her head that's telling her that she has to keep doing this, and I don't know if it's the thought of winning and people are like, yes, go Gabby, go Gabby, go Gabby, but she doesn't realize that she's going to get the go Gabby if she just gets up and plays with her son, does what she's supposed to do. You get so much more
behind the screen, but yet her child's sitting right there
begging for attention.
Exactly.
They made the decision to have this little boy. It's her job as a mom, and we're all moms here, aunts, uncles, whatever. You put your child first, and I don't see that she ever puts her kid first. And I'm sorry if it sounds judgmental, but that's why I unfollowed her. When I
Yeah.
first saw her, I followed her because she was another autism mom, and then I just saw things that, like, man, this kid is the screaming, the hitting. I did witness the hitting the dog. Seemed like a very like.
That's what upsets me, right? Is that there's two parents here, but neither one of them are going to do the right thing as far as the kid is concerned. That's what's crazy to me.
And there's actually extended family members that could be doing it too. And the repercussions from one family member, the other one is afraid that if she does something, I think, then she's going to end up having to raise that child. He has close family members that could probably do something, and nobody does anything. The only people that do stuff are us. And then, I mean, to some people, it looks like we're bullies.
After that, on a live stream, she said they were talking about, fertility stuff, and she said that her doctor was having this conversation with her, and I was like, how is this doctor having this conversation with you if you've had that a doctor would even approach? Because infertility would not be a concern right now if you continue to have miscarriages. 2 miscarriages in 6 months would not qualify for an infertility conversation. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't that just be
it wouldn't be called infertility because she is actually conceiving, allegedly, right?
Yep.
But she even forgot. Like she kind of just was like, when somebody in the chat asked her, they were like, oh yeah, well, that's not, she always used guest worker or the cop. It's always something, but it's really just coming from her head.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought.
Does anybody know why she doesn't let him go to school every day?
I don't know.
This is
I
my
don't know
theory.
why CPS isn't like that's an issue.
And that's a way to kind of hold him back a little bit because they're noticing that he's not everything that she said that he was when she enrolled him. Is that makes sense? I mean,
but when you enter kindergarten, I'm not sure what grade he's in. Kindergarten, they do an evaluation. So how is like speech and all that, like, why is he getting all these services if he's not really? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he has autism or not.
Because somehow she ended up getting services to where he can get SSI. We're not with him every day, but we notice his speech has improved
a lot.
80%, and so she sees that, and he's no longer going to even be able to need those services. So I think that she's just because she's supposed to have that IEP meeting and the paperwork that if she really did, she said that's what she submitted. So we'll see.
From what I was listening to Gabby yesterday, she said she was gonna go. She said she was gonna have them do a count. Then she was gonna have them do a rug test on her. And
none of that would prove anything.
Nope.
For January of 2024. So I don't know what she's doing.
Someone just said in the chat.
Oh, Miss Irene got paused. Must have got a phone call.
Yeah, I was talking about. I was like, but that's not how that works. Number one, if in the beginning when she poured out the liquid IV, why would you even do that? Because that right there says that you knew what he was referring to.
Yep.
And then you took it as far to say
Exactly.
And I think it's because people said on the if you do a pill count right now, it'll help us believe that you're not doing anything now.
Everybody
right?
start commenting.
Well, here's
but that's not even true.
Already.
Here's my thinking on the whole thing.
Let's get this thing crack-a-lack.
People, we all have our suspicions when we watch her. Does she not think the school has their own suspicions?
I've watched how the parents interact when they come and pick them up. Because if there's any signs of them being under the influence or whatever, you are not.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Everybody tap the screen.
Am I?
Yeah, you have a lot of. Seems like you have background.
Yeah, do you have a live going in the background or something? Because there's like another.
Let me drop down. I'll drop down, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is that right now, she would still come up as negative as long as it's only prescribed medication that's in her system.
Yeah, they would have to do a level
check. Yeah.
And so, like I said, and I've said this a few times, when I said that she went skiing, and I got a message saying that she was claiming that it was like Flonase or something. Those things for allergies.
Like nasal spray?
Yeah, like a nasal spray. Then she tried to say it was a nasal spray, and I was all like, "Wait a minute, no." We heard the straw tapping away after whatever it was that happened, and then when she poured out the powder onto the countertop, I was all like,
I was dumbfounded. I was like,
same.
Yeah, because then it led me to believe that she was insinuating that she was putting that up her nose. You utilize that liquid IV, you have to mix it with water. Last time I checked, I've never used that, but I'm pretty sure you have to use it with water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why would she insinuate she dumps out all the powder onto the counter? I
don't even know what she was thinking when she said that.
Right, like why would you do that if you weren't concerned about something being seen on the counter? You wouldn't.
No, and then the night after the first live, when I played that video, how long did she spend looking for the video or the live stream?
It was, and people were
It
like
was a while.
legit telling her exactly where to find it, and she was not comprehending.
I also think it was so. I was laughing about it.
She goes, something about like she struck gold.
Because, it was so funny.
Yeah, because I said I was an ex-street pharmacist, and she thought she struck gold. Like, oh my!
I do these lives and everything else. We have a past, right? And we are very open about that past because that is how. That's what made us who we are today.
100%.
So we are.
The thing that Gabby probably didn't know was that I've been transparent with my past and what I did in my past. But the difference between me and Gabby is that's back in the past. I did what I did. I paid my dues to society.
Better person.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
She just doesn't think that she thinks we're all wrong, right? And I don't understand how she could think that like so many people are telling you the same things, and you just threaten criminal. I can't. It's crazy.
Yep. It is crazy because then she when she finally did find the video, she's all like, "I want to speak with your manager." I was all like, "If you were to call my employer, you would the person picking up the phone would be me." So how would that work? Who else does she think she's going to talk to? I got my human resources, which is Mrs. Homie, and I don't think she wants to speak with Mrs. Homie because human resources, you think I'm going to be nice on a phone call while my human resources would basically shut her down completely.
When I played that part when your wife was telling her about herself.
I see it. Gabby's going to get worse. That's my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion is
no, you're right.
It's going to get worse. But the thing about it is, and I say this quite often, is we don't want to see nobody fail. We want to see people succeed. Fail. We want to see her succeed, but she holds her own future in her own hands.
Absolutely.
I agree. I say that all the time. I really support changed behavior, right? I really think that I was basically talking about, and that would have changed it because if I started saying, listen, I saw the proof, people would believe me, and then more people would pick that up, and people would have eventually dropped that miscarriage thing. But
because you're credible.
Right. But she can't do it over with, but she couldn't do it. And she kept saying, I'm not going to share my medical records. I don't have to share my medical records. But then she would put out this manufactured shit. And every single time it was worse than the last.
Yeah. And Karen's not helping her.
Her own circle are diming her out. They are literally snitching on Gabby, and that's people within her own circle. I don't know how she's so blinded to the fact that her own people are giving her up.
Well, I think Gabby knows that to an extent. This is where I think that she's so in love in heaven. And So she knows that somebody will eventually give something out, and then that person, they'll be the person to betray her, and then it's just another vicious cycle of another mod person coming in and.
It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative attention. She craves the attention on social media, on TikTok, and that's why I'll say it again. She's gonna be her own downfall. She's already her own downfall, and she wants to blame everybody else.
Yep.
And she always talks about taking people to court, streams. So you can't blame anybody else but yourself because you put it out there. You put it out for everybody to see. You put it out for everybody to know. You falsify documents. You falsify anything you can. And you can't blame nobody but yourself and Aaron because Aaron condones your behavior. Aaron stands by you, knowing that everything that you're doing is completely wrong.
Along the lines of that, like when you got into her box and she said, do you want to hear about the death threats or the 4 years of bullying? None of that is behavior that I condone. And that's what she thinks. She thinks that she's going to just.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff came before Villain was even around. Before I was even around. So it's not, you can't do that.
And the thing about everything too is we don't condone people if they're doing unaliving, sending a message to unalive or anything like that. We don't condone that type of behavior. It's everybody else but herself. Now, she can't continue to play the victim when she's doing it to herself because at that point she's victimizing her own self.
Right.
But she wants to continue to blame everybody else, and I'm all like, you know what, you can't continue down that path because that's not you can't Clover.
Yeah, sorry, that was my son playing on his VR. I just wanted to point something out too.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so when my son was diagnosed, I was sort of like, I got a copy of the paperwork. The doctor and the school worked together. The paperwork went from the doctor to the school, and I got a copy. I didn't work because the doctor and the school work hand in hand together. So I really don't understand why she's having to give anything to the school or to the teacher. It doesn't make any sense to me.
One thing I could guess of is they're questioning.
Also, I know Megan. I'm aware that she was caught making her own troll accounts to troll her, and if anything legal were to come of that, right? If anything legal were to come of her, and if anything legal were to come of that, right? If anything legal were to come of,
and like I said, there is so much. I mean, we could spend months going as far back as we can covering Gabby, but she's going to continue to spiral. It's nonstop. She's going to crash out again, but it's nothing new that we haven't seen.
That child is a behavioral issue. It's neglect. It's no guidance, parental guidance. There's so many things that this child is missing. And it's really sad because it's being played out in front of all these people. And she fails to realize this child's going to grow up.
Right.
The internet is forever. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Clover.
You're welcome. Hi, Villain.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
It's really unfortunate a lot as far as people that put their kids on the internet. I don't think the internet, I think that even kids should be able to consent, right? And I don't think that she understands the implications of how much she puts her kid on the internet. And I don't think that she understands the implications of how much she puts her kid on the internet and how much that will affect him later on down the line as far as school is concerned and other kids seeing that this woman put her discharge on the internet. Like that's not normal behavior.
Okay, man. For the moderators, let me put out a message for you. I'm gonna and if the moderator wants a box, they can request a box. But just let me know that you're requesting a box. Here's my message to her moderators, and I'm gonna make this loud and clear. the message to the moderators is you continue to enable this behavior. You keep it public for a reason. Now, if you continue to enable this behavior, she's going to continue down the same path that she has been going down for years. That's truth and facts. I don't know how people could continue to enable her behavior, because the one that's losing in this entire situation is the little guy. The little guy is the one that is taking the blunt blow of everything, and I call it for what it is. You know, I don't get it why they think it's okay what Gabby does on a daily basis, and we're talking 7 days a week.
Even if you're a new moderator, like watching what she does, you know, in the middle of the night, and then can't keep up with him the next day because she's so tired. Look at that stuff. Look at the stuff that, you know, that you wouldn't do as a parent, because it's just wrong.
So Mr. Homie, I kind of do the same thing. I don't block the mods, because how do I expect them to see the truth if I block them from seeing that, right? With this situation, what I will never understand is, Nicole, I will repeat, I have over 100 emails from women that Gabby affected with that last fake pregnancy. These women were hurt by Gabby's actions. And every time you sit in, you are not like for women. These women have every right to be upset and offended with what Gabby did with that miscarriage.
Let's not even think about that. Let's say you really believe that she did have a miscarriage. The stunt that she pulled after it, about the driving to the lake.
Yeah. Hi, Scammy.
Hey, I just wanted to come up here quickly. You said you think that Gabby is probably listening. With me, because my partner is a special ed teacher. She's dealt with kids with various disabilities, including autism. I'm still offering any help that you need. Reach out to me. We can help you. My wife can help you with IEPs and what the school district is responsible for. See what he needs to prosper, but every day he's not getting what he needs is another day wasted, and another day where he's not able to learn, and he's not able to do the things that his peers are doing. And the more and more you wait, as somebody said in here, he's going to get more frustrated. All of his acting out is due to frustration, because he can't communicate with his parents. And that's how kids show their frustration. They become physical. And there's ways to deal with that. And it's just so frustrating, because when he's 13 or 14 and he's bigger than his mom, it's not going to be a playful little bite. It's not going to be any of that. You're doesn't look great right now. It looks bleak. And, the sooner that people and professionals get involved on a daily basis, the sooner he will start to thrive. And it's just, former educator, it's so frustrating to see this.
I agree.
Because he's got so much potential. He's a little kid, and unfortunately what he's learning right now in the house and all that is not positive. And that's what he's learning right now, rather than the stuff but Gabby, reach out to me. It'll stay between us. You can ask anybody on this app. I keep things quiet, and I am still offering up anything that myself or my wife can do to help you out.
And Scammy Claus, I don't know if she'll
replay.
Yeah, she'll watch the replay. She's gonna watch the replay. So she'll get your message of not trying reaching out, but I don't think she's gonna want the help.
No, I don't. I don't think so either. But it's tough. It's tough to watch.
The the offer is what counts. And if even if you reach out to her through message and offer the help and she doesn't respond, or she says no thank you, at least it was the effort that you know you offer. Yeah, and I want to thank you, Scammy. A lot of people say that they've tried to help and she doesn't want it, but it's a lot of people say that they've tried to help and she doesn't want it, but it's the it's the offer, and that's all we can do. But Gabby, like I said, Gabby has to. Yeah, and that's all we can do, and continue to bring awareness on her, because I guarantee you, last time I called it when we did the first live stream, she went from being happy, dancing, singing, and then next thing you know, it just went tumbling.
She sure did. I was traveling. I had one of my friends and longtime mods' husband died, so I went up for the funeral. Somebody in the chat, Feisty, I think wanted me to tell y'all that Spread Love, who is, I'm sure, Mr. Homie, you've come across her before. She supports all of the people on this app that are no been taken, deleted, passwords changed, and stuff like that. So make sure that you, oh yes, and Pookie, let them is another name for her. Make sure that you have everything protected on your end.
Thank you, Villain. Greatly appreciated for that advice, and thank you for getting in the box. It's greatly appreciated. I got things that I got to go tend to as well. Like I said, there's a lot going on, and it's unfortunate that we even have to be having these type of discussions, but it's basically what needs to be done. Now, with that, I'm gonna leave everybody with the outro. Hold on, I'll leave everybody with the outro like we usually do. I hope everybody has a blessed day and a good day. Do not go into Gabby's live stream, please. Watch from the outside. Watch from the Fearless 15 accounts. There's a lot of people streaming Gabby. That would be greatly appreciated, but I can't tell how to conduct themselves. With that being said, everybody, have a good day. Have a blessed day. I am out of here. Here's the outro song. Have a good day. Why is it all so quiet? Why do the birds all sing? It's happening. It must be moving in the silence, so that we won't see. We think it's all behind us, then suddenly it's time. I feel a storm coming. I feel a storm coming. This time we're not running. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. I see the sky falling. But I'm sending out a warning. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. There doesn't have to be a reason. And in God we can trust. He made us all believe in, and then turn to dust. Don't grab your war pains, cause one more saint's got to fight to live one more day. More pain is coming our way, but right now we got to stand and say it's time. I feel a storm coming. I feel a storm coming. This time we're not running. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. I see the sky falling. I'm sending out a warning. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I'll be waiting for you. Come on. Come on and give me your best shot. Yeah, come on, and I'll show you what I got. I feel a storm coming. This time we're not running. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. Feel a storm coming. This time we're not running. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. I feel a storm coming. I'm sending out. Oh, we're gonna make it out alive. Gonna make it out alive. I feel a storm coming. Have a good day, everybody. Have a blessed day.